call all Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Chodash, and double of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation that I am doing his work in truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth. All right, and I wanted to do this lesson. Okay, just going into this article that I locked in on. All right, and it says, no surprise, Slaki. No surprise, the COVID lab leak theory persists in the U.S., given its history of biological weapons, okay? And the U.S., which is America, which is Babylon, according to the scriptures, has always used biological weapons, man, okay? When it comes to the heathens, all right, when they do war with the heathen, all right, but mainly and primarily with how it treated the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, okay? You Israelites here, man, all right? You have had biological warfare been placed upon you since you made it over here in this country, man, all right? On those cargo slave ships, man, all right? And since Gad and Reuben and the other northern tribes, have been over here in the Americas, man. All right. It says the suggestion in America that 19 came from a Chinese lab just won't go away. It says the thought that a state could act malevolently in this way has taken hold for a reason. The U.S. has its own checkered past and biological research. On Wednesday evening, after new claims surfaced in the Wall Street Journal, President Joe Biden issued an executive order requiring U.S. intelligence to investigate 19's origins, and a specific consideration that it was a leak from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, giving it 90 days to do so, okay? And all this shit is just, smoke and mirrors, man. All right, they know where the shit came from, man. They created this shit, it is man-made, all right? It says the news has come at the same time as the World Health Assembly, where the U.S. has continued to politicize 19 and demand transparency, a stance that is causing irritation in Beijing. It says, but there are still many questions to be asked. Why are some voices in the U.S. so obsessed with the idea of a lab leak? And where did these claims, besides gaining traction as a talking point for Donald Trump, actually surface? What is their vindication in the American public imagination? Okay. It says, however, it's fair to point out when it comes to biological warfare, America has no right to point a finger at other countries, especially China. In 1942, the U.S. commenced its own biological warfare program under instructions of Franklin D. Roosevelt, and armed with a $60 million budget and 4,000 employees. It was a small undertaking compared to the nuclear-focused Manhattan Project of the same period. Yet it was one that would prove consequential. Okay, so Esau has been doing this shit, man. All right. And had a $60 million budget, man, to create a concoction, to inflict harm, on other individuals, man. All right, and that's like the most cowardly way, to do battle ever, man. But that's how Esau operates, man. He don't go up, toe to toe with the enemy, man. He gonna come up with some of his scientific BS, man. All right, just like he goes and drops drone strikes like a damn coward, man. If you're gonna be taking people's lives, man, you may as well go out there and actually do it. There's honor in that. But to go and just hit a button, and put some damn chemicals together, man. But that's why the scripture called this man the border of wickedness, man. You know, anytime he brings his red ass into your country, man, best believe some wickedness is going on, man. All right, he's not doing it to enhance your standard of life, man. All right, or to make you rich, man. All right, he's coming to rob, steal, and kill, man. It says it was first alleged to have been utilized in the Korean War, ironically against the Chinese. In 1952, reports began to emerge of Chinese soldiers from different cities dying with what appeared to be anthrax and from uncommon conditions such as encephalitis. As an account shared in the New York Times notes, medical workers were mobilized to investigate a flood of sudden deaths both in China and Korea. Okay. And I'm gonna skip. All right, that's gonna be the end of the article, but I'm gonna go into the historical biological warfare, man, that this devil has been doing, man. All right, against you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, and he's relentless with it, man. All right, although you Jakes, all you see, your oppressor doing, which is Esau, all you see him doing is beating you with a billy club. In the streets, man. He's doing, way more heinous things in government, in the writing of the laws, in the economy, He's oppressing you on all sides, man. In your drinking water, in your food, okay? In your way of life, all right, pushing nothing but death, all right? Planned Parenthood. All right, this devil has oppression. is a 360 of impression, man. And you and Jake, you right in the middle of that circle, man. Okay, but it says Native history, inventor of biological warfare against Indians, which is Gad and Reuben, dies. Salaki. It says in 1797, Lord Jeffrey Amherst, the first military strategist to engage in biological warfare by giving smallpox infected blankets to natives, died. It says this date in Native history, on August 3rd, 1797, they put the Lord on there, Lord Jeffrey Amherst, the first military strategist to knowingly engage in biological warfare by giving smallpox-infected blankets to Native Americans, died. It says the spring of 1763 began Pontiac's Rebellion, a series of relatively successful frontier attacks. This was when the use of the blankets to slow the Indians down was first suggested by Colonel Henry Boquet and Amherst, okay? Because this devil, couldn't compete with Jake, man. This devil's getting his ass whooped by Gad and Reuben, man. Which, those are the warrior tribes anyway, man. Gad, Reuben, and Manasseh, So if you're trying to go toe to toe with them, man, you in for a fight, But the Most High had it to, spiritually, man, he gave, Esau this power, over our people, man. And gave them, the insight to do all these dastardly acts, to conquer our people, man. Because without the Most High power, making that to be His will, it wouldn't have happened, man. You would have never had Esau take Jake out of power, man. The Most High had for Esau to take us out of power. All right, it's not because of Esau's might. All right. It says Carl Waldman's Atlas of the North American Indian has an account of the use of the infected blankets. It says Captain Simon Ecure had bought Tom by sending smallpox infected blankets and handkerchiefs to the Indians surrounding the fort, an early example of biological warfare, which started an epidemic among them. Amherst himself had encouraged this tactic in a letter to Ecure. It says it's estimated that 3/4 of Native American population died in smallpox outbreaks after. You know, so it says that it's estimated that 3/4, man. All right, 3/4, all right, of the Native American population died, man. All right, but then if you go to some other articles, they act like this never happened. You know, we don't know when it's undocumented. It's just a rumor. Whenever it comes to the oppression of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, it's just a rumor. It says Amherst was a big shot among his British brethren. He was a commander general of British forces during the final battles of the so-called French and Indian War, and he won victories against the French to acquire Canada for England, making England the world's top colonizer at the end of the 7 Years' War, says nativeweb.org. The town of Amherst, Massachusetts, and Amherst, New York, as well as Amherst College, are named after him. Right? So this guy has been set up as a monument, man. They got statues and everything of this guy. All right, and he's a damn mass murderer, man. All right, committed a dude that committed genocide, man, of Gad and Reuben. All right, he's made as a hero. Okay, it says it's said that those living in the town in Massachusetts wanted to name it after the Indians whose land they took, calling it Norwaltuck, but they were overruled by the colonial governor. Of course, Esau's in his rulership, man. So he's gonna uplift, those people, man. Those are considered his heroes. That Esau was all about, manifest destiny, man. Which ultimately the Most High put that into his mind, man, to spread from sea to shining sea, as the saying goes, man. From the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. It says Amherst returned to Britain in November 1763 and never returned to take the governorship of Virginia. He was rewarded for his military success. Okay, of course he was rewarded, man. Back in it, it's not as popular as it was, back then, man. But back then, to be a killer of Gad, you got a lot of respect, you got a lot of you can get land off of it, all kind of grants, from killing Gadites and Reubenites, man. They made sport of the shit. Okay, but guess what, man? You're gonna pay for that. All right. Do you really think that the Most High is gonna allow you to use biological warfare on his children, the apple of his eye, and you're just gonna get away scot-free, man? It's not gonna happen. Okay. This is Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Okay? And that's what Esau has been doing, man. All right? He's been shedding the blood of the children of Israel, man. All right? And has had a perpetual hatred. All right? Because, just not too long ago, you had Gad fighting again, on horses against Esau with the Dakota Access Pipeline, man. All right? Getting hit with goddamn flashbangs and bit by dogs. All the while, trying to protect their land, man. Because we know what happens when Esau spreads his pipeline, man. All right? Something always goes wrong when Esau is messing around with that oil and gas, man. All right? And it turns into a goddamn a calamity, man. Just like when you had the oil rig, Deepwater Horizon, man. You know, who knows the large amount of aquatic life was killed, man. You know, in the millions, man. Millions of species of sea life, man. You know, ruined. You know, because of this damn devil, man. All right, and his science, okay, his form of engineering and collection of resources, man. You know, he doesn't give a damn about the environment. He don't care about the people that live in the environment. He don't care about, the beasts that live in that environment, man. That shows you that this is a true devil, man. Here it is. Gad and Reuben and the other northern tribes have been here in America, for the longest, man. Since the time of the split, you know, and you ain't had no oil spills, okay? No extension level situations with the animal species, you know. But here it is, the devil comes over here, and you got a lack of buffalo, okay. You got the bears extinct, tigers extinct, you know. That's how it goes, man. This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 19. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last, man. Okay? So Gad was overcome, man, by Esau. All right? He put up a hell of a fight, but it wasn't meant to be, man. It was meant for us to go into captivity, man. All right, and to be under this devil, But it says, but he shall overcome at the last, And that's for all of Israel, man. We're gonna overcome at the last, man. All right. And like the scriptures say, man, that the saints shall take the kingdom, man. All right. All the tribes are gonna get revenge on this damn devil, man. This is Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 18. It says, thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counteth the towers? Okay. So scriptures say, thine heart shall meditate terrors, man. So just like you Edomites right now are meditating on wickedness, all right, seeing how you can plague the so-called Negro, Latino, the Native American communities, all right. How can you hinder them as even more? How can you make them more destitute? That's the same thing we're gonna be doing in the kingdom of heaven, man. We're gonna be meditating terror on you Edomites, all right, and you heathen nations, man, all right, but mainly you damn Edomites, man, because you've shown Jake no mercy, okay. You've been guns a blazing on Jake, since Jacob and Esau, man, all right, and you ain't stopped yet, all right, and even when Jake is at peace with you, all right, you see that as an opportunity, man, If you kind and you show fairness with an Edomite, he's gonna stab you in your back, man. All right, and not even in a physical way anymore. Now he's gonna do it in a try to do it within the realms of the courtroom. With suing you. All right, might take your business away from you. Hit you with tax evasion. All kind of little weird stuff that they get Jake on, man. This is Psalm chapter 37 and verse 12. It says, the wicked plotted against the just and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. And that's what this devil is doing, man. He is the wicked, and he plotted against the just, which is Israel, man. All right, and all the day long, man, that's all he does. All right. How much further can I get these people, to degrade themselves, man? Okay, to stop serving the Most High power. All right. So that when Yahushua come back, he don't have nothing to save, man. But that's not gonna happen, man. The Most High is gonna preserve his remnant. Okay. This is Psalm chapter 36 and verse 4. He devised mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorred not evil. Okay. So it says he devises mischief upon his bed. you know? And that's what you got to be doing to be creating, biological weapons, man. Okay? You thinking about that shit night and day, all right? How you can put somebody to death in a heinous ass way, man. All right, to where they skin peel off, okay? Or they vomiting up blood, some crazy shit, all right? Or they getting a brain damage, all right? It say he seeth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorred not evil, man. So this man loves evil, okay? He don't hate evil. All right, that's why most of these Edomites are identified with being atheists, man. Okay, they hate the scriptures, all right, and they don't want nothing to do with righteousness, man, or the law, statutes, and commandments, But that's all I had. I pray this lesson was edifying. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Rakah, Chodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace to the attention that I am doing his work in truth and sincerity in the four corners of the earth, and Shalom.